I woke up feeling pretty much the same exact way I felt last night after that game. During the post game, man, shout out to everybody who was in the building. And yes, we went in on Kevin O'Connell. Rightfully so, bro. He deserves all of the criticism. Carson Wentz, that's a whole nother story, but I always feel like this, man, when it came to Carson Wentz. We brought him in as a backup. He owes us nothing. The expectations are backup play, and that's what we're getting. But this needs to be the end of it all. JJ McCarthy needs to play Thursday night. I don't want to hear about it's a short week. He's not 100%. All of those excuses need to just be thrown out of the window. Because quite frankly, as a Vikings fan, I'm sick of sitting around waiting. Now, I know, listen, an injury is an injury. He's hurt, he was hurt, but we're going on week 5 now with this injury, and it's time to go out there and play. All of this, the injury might be fake. They're trying to quietly bench him and all this, that, and the third. Okay, well, then you know what? If that is the case, then Max Brosmer needs to be out there. Okay, that's just what it is. We cannot allow Kevin O'Connell and this organization to roll out Carson Wentz again. And again, I don't want to sit here and make this about bashing Carson Wentz as if we went after him to be the franchise quarterback and the expectations for Carson Wentz was to take the Minnesota Vikings to the Super Bowl and we were going to be a really good football team with him as the leader of this team, because that was never the case. At least with me, it wasn't. Maybe for some of you felt like that, but that was never the case. Okay. So with that being said, we seen what we see. We see it. Yesterday was a disaster, not only from Carson Wentz, obviously Kevin O'Connell and a plethora of other reasons. But Carson Wentz under the microscope, if you just take everything else out and you just focus on the quarterback play, it was bad, bruh. Not only were you turning the ball over, but you were missing wide open receivers left and right. And then you were overthrowing. Not only were you missing them meaning they were there, you just decided not to throw the ball. You threw the ball instead into triple coverage or whatever the case may be. And then you have receivers that you actually threw the ball, you made the read to the wide open receiver, but then you overthrew it, you underthrew it, you made it very difficult for the receiver to make the play. And good thing we have some very athletic receivers on this team that a couple of those passes, they made you look better than what it actually was. JJ McCarthy needs to be the starting quarterback Thursday night going up against the Los Angeles Chargers. I mean, I feel like as a fan base, we actually deserve that. All right. I feel like we deserve that. And I think JJ McCarthy is going to give us a better chance to win football games, even if he's 80%. You know, shout out T-Bass, man. T-Bass had a good point. Like, there's no reason on waiting till he's all the way 100 either. Because in the NFL, we all know that this sport, a lot of these guys throughout the season, they're playing at 70%, 60%. I mean, but they're out there playing. You're never going to be 100%. I think most NFL players will tell you in that locker room that, hey, man, after week 3, 4, 5, are you ever 100%? They're going to be like, bro, never. We're never 100%. There's always something aching. There's always something hurting. But we got to go out there and put it on the line for our squad. All this baby and JJ McCarthy, we got to knock it off, okay? If this is some kind of quiet benching, like some people believe, or fake injury, quote unquote, well, then Max needs to play. All right? Max needs to play. So you have another option. We're going into week 8 with not one quarterback identified for this NFL, for this football team. Not one. Right now, October 20th, the Minnesota Vikings do not have a franchise quarterback. And right now, what it's seeming like is we don't even have a plan to know who is going to be the guy. And that is a shame when you spent the 10th pick on JJ McCarthy. Overall, 10th pick. 10th pick. I never bought into the fake injury or none of that. I always figured, hey, man, the dude's really hurt. It is what it is. We got to wait till he heals to see it. And we're going to hold JJ accountable. Like, you got to come out and stay healthy, bro. I know it's a physical sport. It's football. But, hey, man, we can't really keep using that. We just can't. You have to come back. Yeah, we need you back on Thursday, here in 3 days. 3 days, bro. We need to see number 9 out there playing. I'm curious to hear what Kevin O'Connell is going to say on his press conference leading up into this game. And I'm sure Shout out to the Minnesota media, the beat writers for asking the questions, because the question needs to be surrounded around the quarterback position this whole 72 hours. It needs to be around that. Who you going to play? We don't want to hear this beating around the bush. Come out and tell us. Who are you going to play, man? Who are you going to play? Because are you going to look us in the eyes as Vikings fans and tell us that you're going to put Carson Wentz back out there? And you think that gives us the best opportunity to win football games, especially when you're telling me that you're going to make him throw the ball 70% of the time? You really believe that that's the formula? You're trying to convince me and the rest of my peers that that's what it is? We're not buying it, bro. Not anymore. It's not working, okay? JJ McCarthy needs to be the damn quarterback. He needs to be starting, and that is what it is. That is what it is, man. We're not going back and forth anymore. Quite frankly, I'm not here to debate anybody in the comment section about this. This is where we stand as a franchise right now. Whether you like him or you don't like him, oh well, he needs to play. He needs to play. We are owed that. We're owed that. Yeah. And if not, let's ride behind Max. I'm cool with that too. At this point, I'm down. But I'm not jumping on the Carson Wentz train anymore. It is what it is. He is a veteran backup. Appreciate him for that. He can be that the rest of the season, even next season, if you want to keep him on the roster to be a backup. I'm even cool with that. But to try to finish this season out and think that Carson Wentz is going to take over for the rest of the season and we think that we're going to have fun watching this, I'm not accepting that. I'm just not. It ain't happening. As you can see, I'm still frustrated from the game yesterday. Usually it takes me about 2-3 days after the game to get over it. And this one, it hurt a little different. It really does, because I see too much of the same mistake over and over again. And on top of being piled with this whole, who's the quarterback one? Are you going to start him when he's ready? Is he ready? Do you want to see footwork? You want to see? I'm just sick of it, bruh. For real. JJ McCarthy, it is time. Let's go. It's time for you as the quarterback to come and hush all the doubters up. Show us Minnesota Vikings fans that we have our franchise quarterback. We have the quarterback of the future. Let's go in there. Let's handle business. And hopefully your coach is on your team. What I mean by that is hopefully he puts you in the position to be successful and doesn't have you taking 7-step drops every single down with these long drawn out routes. And you're actually able to get some quick game in there and make some plays and let your playmakers make you look good. And turn around and hand the ball off. That would help too. That would help. Yeah, I think that would. Let me know how you feel, man. Are you ready to see JJ McCarthy on Thursday? Because I am. Holla at your boy.
Yeah. Smooth summer. Who running? I hear them talking, but they ain't gonna do nothing. Celebration, I might have a toast with you. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling great, I'm terrific. We ain't taking no losses, we winning. Undefeated, check the percentage.